Calypso 3 towers pulled the evacuation, everybody out.
Big deal all over the news.
Yeah. All over the news. So what happened?
So as I understand it, Calypso Towers 3 is one of the newest buildings. It is the newest building in Panama City Beach.
Right.
Built about 3 years ago. It's typical for the builder of these condos to warranty the property for a period of time. Typically that's 3 to 5 years. And as that warranty time frame draws to a close, the HOA will schedule an independent inspector to come and inspect the development, identify deficiencies, and then go back to the builder and say, look, you warranted these, we want you to fix them.
Before I take over as an HOA, the developer's gone, this is our last chance.
That's right.
And that's what they did.
So when the engineer, architect, inspector inspected the property, they noticed that some of the the guardrails in the development were installed incorrectly, and they threw a flag and vacated the premises.
Okay, so everybody had to leave. And it looks like it's gonna be for a couple weeks. I've got the report here from the HOA. And just Calypso 3 retains Slider Engineering Group through counsel of the association, blah, 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 who recently discovered that the front walkway balustrade railings was installed incorrectly and appeared to be unsafe. The engineer promptly notified Panama City Beach Building Department. Testing was performed on additional floors, came to the same conclusion. They evacuated. Now they're fixing it. They're saying temporary fix is going to be up, and then within 2 weeks, folks can be back, and then they're going to come and they're going to do the permanent fix.
Yeah.
So away you go. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. People evacuate. It's a big deal. But it's not that big of a deal.
It's not a big deal. It's just a big deal because inspections are a big deal these days.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
Because we got the milestone and we've got the structural
integrity reserve studies.
Okay, so just
fire marshal inspections now. Actually, another development in Panama City Beach, Tidewater. One of their floor plans, there's a little bunk nook.
Okay.
And the fire marshal did their inspection last week and came back this week and said this particular floor plan cannot put bunks in this nook anymore
because of sprinklers.
Because it covers a panel, an electrical panel.
Oh.
So it cuts occupancy by
That's
half.
a thing.
Yeah.
No retrofit, no grandfathering, no.
Nope, twin bed only.
Ugh. God, if I was a lawyer, I'd be lining up clients. All right, because that's the thing, right? We know over at Calypso, the lawyers are setting up shop.
I saw a what do you call it? Class action.
Yeah. It's what happens, right? So, a couple years ago, Condo, Sunnyside, Florida collapses. Tragedy, horrible. And that sets into motion this structural engineering, the milestone, and all that is costing. I mean, this is a big, big issue for condo owners in the state of Florida.
In a tangible way, for every development, you know, the legislation changed how HOAs categorize their funds. Specifically their reserve funds. They actually have to carry 2 reserve funds now. One is the general circulating fund, operations reserve fund, and then a second fund for the structural integrity. The results of this structural integrity reserve study, right? RIRS.
Yeah, okay.
And in essence, what that is for is by the end of this year, every development has to undergo, either by an independent engineering or architecture firm, a study of the development. And this
by December 21st or something like this.
That's right.
Okay.
This group will come in, take a look at the structure, inspect the integrity, and then start to forecast things that'll need to be done. Perhaps the development will need a roof in 10 years. Perhaps they'll need to modernize the elevator in 15 years. All of this gets put into a budget and forecasted, and that structural integrity reserve has to be fully funded to make these repairs when they need to be done. So
this, right? That's expensive.
Yeah, big time. So instead of, and what they're trying to avoid are these massive assessments. So in essence, they're building reserves up now to replace a roof in 15 years.
Okay. Again, though, to my point of view, yeah, there's some initial costs, no doubt. If I'm an owner, I'm getting it. And I'm an owner. I'm just like, oh, I hope our buildings are fine, right? But I get it. And also though, long term, this is good. Get this stuff done, get it over. This wave wash is over. I got to put out a bunch of money. It sucks for owners. Sucks for the owners that aren't going to be there a long time. Those are the ones that are going to get hurt. The ones that want to get out in a year or less or something.
Sure.
Because they've got to take on this responsibility. But they can share, the good news is they can share it oftentimes with the buyer. Correct?
True.
Right? The cost, because the current owner is not going to get the benefits of the work that's going to be done. The future owner will. So when I look at this is an opportunity for the current owner, if they're going to be a seller soon, to offload some of the cost of having to do this onto the future buyer.
Sure.
And if I'm a future buyer, this allows me to offload some of my cost onto a seller because they are technically responsible for the assessments.
Indeed.
So don't freak out. Run the numbers.
Run the numbers.
If the numbers work, if you can achieve your goal for selling by selling at today's prices and terms and conditions,
Yeah, 100%.
and if you run the numbers and if you can buy and the thing works for you under today's prices, terms and conditions,
I would say same fundamentals as
always been.
Yeah.
Right?
Just,
Now there's going to be some
look,
settling.
hey, I think the only way you get in trouble here is if you don't know. You know, if sellers don't know what to expect in the way of, what their HOA is required by law to do, and buyers don't know what they're stepping into with respect to these elevated.
I agree. So yeah, there's coming. They're happening right now.
Sure.
But that stuff's going to settle out. It's going to settle down, and we're going to move forward as we always have. Cash flowing property held over time. Let somebody else pay it down for you as you accrue that
Sure.
equity and build your asset.
This is just the new normal, but we're prepared to represent both sides to
Love it.
a high degree.
Love it.
We're pros.
If you're looking to, yeah, we do some of this. If you're looking to buy or sell real estate, condos or otherwise in Panama City Beach, John Skinner, give him a call.
Thank you.